Hi everybody, welcome back into a new video. Today I'm gonna talk about the road circuit from the World Games. There was a lot of comment about it actually, especially on social media. So I wanted to give you a little bit my opinion. I had a few people asking me actually what I was thinking about this road course. It was a bit special, a bit technical. So let's talk about it. So first, I think the organization of this road circuit is always quite difficult for events like World Games, because it's mainly, I think, the organizing committee of the World Games who have to deal with organizing the track, organizing the road, and I guess they can rely on the World Skate, of course, and especially on the rules from the World Skate. So it can happen in this kind of event that we have always some little special course. I did the World Games in Finland many years ago, and we had already a special track, and I think it's quite technical to manage. So the road was very technical actually. Many people say this track, this road circuit was dangerous. So let's analyze a little bit and take some info about this road course. So first it was a road course of 550 meters long, so actually quite nice for a one lap race also. There was three turn with 180 degree turn, so that was most of the speaking about the dangerosity of this lap was about this. And there was two 90 degrees right corner on the course, so actually this was not a big deal actually. First, I want to talk about if it was dangerous or not dangerous, and in my opinion it was not really more dangerous than any other course, for two reasons. First, there was only races with maximum 16 skater, and the sprint race also with 4 skater or 2 skater. So when we have a limited number of skater on the road, it also make the race less dangerous. And this course was a bit tricky for sure, but I have not seen actually more crash than on some other races like at World Championship in Ibagwe. I think there was more crash on the road than during those World Games. At World Championship there is way more skater on the road at the same moment. And but the main point I want to see about dangerosity here is that when there is those U-turn, the skater have to slow down a lot actually. So when there is crash, actually it happened at a way slower speed. So it actually most of the time make the crash a little less painful. So it's happened. I have a lot this discussion when it's raining. For example, many people say, "Oh, it's way more dangerous when it's rain and stuff." But when we crash on the rain, actually we have lower speed and we do more aquaplaning. So most of the injuries are quite less important on this road. Before every corner, most of the skaters they had to slow down a lot, which forced them to have very technical skills. So by slowing down, if there was a problem in the corner, it actually happened at slower speed. But overall, I think I saw only 3 crash during the races, which is probably not more than any other competition or on the road in the recent championship. And those crash, actually 2 of them occur at quite slow speed, even in sprint event. Basically, we had one girl from Taipei and one girl from Colombia crashing together in one corner, but just after the start and after braking in the corner. So normally that it's less damage than if they crash full speed out of a classic road corner circuit. And another girl from Mexico, I think, crashed out of a corner after running into the grass. She was quite technical to survive it, but last moment basically she fell. The most painful crash was actually one girl from Italy and one girl from Hungary, and they crashed in the straight line part, which is basically very classic, nothing special about it, just a bit of unluck or kicking skate probably that creating this bad crash. But overall, 3 crash is not more than any other race. Actually, I find this lap quite spectacular, and so when I saw some people from different sports coming to watch the skating event, I think they liked the race a lot. It was quite unpredictable. There was action every 20 seconds when skaters arrive in the U-turn. Will they make the turn? How they will manage it? And so it creates quite a show actually for this race. If you look at the data, you just need to be very technical skater to be good on those laps. And if you look at the results, the best skater were in front. Duccio Marcelli was winning the sprint, which was not a surprise, and Bart Swings dominate actually the road race for the men also in long distance, and it was also not a surprise. Same for long distance. We have seen a Spanish girl winning in sprint. It was a little surprise, but it was because of the crash of the Colombian. So it happened also on some other races like this at World Championship. And the long distance was also not a surprising result for this race. So quite interesting race at the end, a lot of spectacular moment. What I liked was that it was super technical, and when we race on streets, to make a difference between street and road, let's say, road would be what we have as a classic during every World Championship or European Championship. And let's say back in the days, we were racing much more on street than on road like we have now. Road is like a very safe circuit made for speed skating. When the road, the street, we have to adapt to the natural condition of the street. And I like more when it's street course, because the sport is really in its basic element. It's direct in contact with the public. It's a good show to promote the sport. So we are directly in the street, and it's nice. They could have made maybe a lap which would be around the block. We would have more speed. But actually, for me, it's also more dangerous when the skater can reach maximum speed in the street course. When there is a crash, it's damaging more the skater. So this course was actually spectacular, in my opinion. Very technical, because the skater need to learn how to brake. And I think it's quite one of the basics of skating also. In many different segments of skating, urban, fitness, hockey, almost every skating segment, braking or slowing down is one of the key. It's a technical skills skater need to have, and speed skater should be good at this. I think it's one of the basic from a skating school. You need to learn how to stop, how to slow down. So in this race, we could see which skater were good at slowing down at the good speed. We even see Bart Swing in the corner. He was drifting, putting pressure in the back part of his skate, so he was mastering actually very good all the corners, and it helped him also to make even more difference. Beside his amazing physical skills, he was really controlling his skates with some drift in every corner, so that was quite amazing. I like actually when the speed skater, they can control the speed, they can slow down as they want for every course like this. So that's my opinion. It was a bit tricky. It could have been more secure with some mat out of the corner, but for a race with 16 skater maximum at the start, I think it's acceptable. It gave a good show. There was a bit some tricky part after one corner with some obstacles, but it was the skater were not supposed to use this out part of the corner. It was just tolerated by the referee and the organization that the skater could basically jump over the cones, use the little ramp to maintain some speed. So I liked it too. The good skater were able to use this part and create more speed to make the difference. The skater who were a bit more scared had to slow down and get penalized already from this by having a limited skating skill. So for me, quite cool circuit. Not possible for a World Championship, but acceptable for World Games. I like the show that we could see there. I think when all the video goes on YouTube and stuff, it could become viral because it's quite unusual to see skater in those conditions. We have this more when we race marathon. For example, the marathon in Rennes, there is a U-turn like this, and there is a pack of 60, 70 skater coming in a even more tricky U-turn there. So the skills is about how to control your skill, how to control your speed, how to slow down, how to drift, to brake before the corners. And yeah, I like it. It was we don't want this everywhere for every championship, but sometimes it's a way to show good skills from the skater. Thanks for following. See you in the next video.